Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the STEM Scholars YouTube page. In today's video, we're going to go over my insights of being a psychology and biology major. Before we get started, just a little more about me. Hi, my name is Joshua. I am the Associate Director of STEM Scholars currently, and um, I'm more than excited to do this presentation because I think it's really beneficial when you have more than one major. In this PowerPoint presentation, we're going to go over the benefits of having two majors, balancing school and work, and also utilizing your degree in the field that you got it in. So here's an overview of my presentation. So choosing a major, my insight of why I chose biology and psychology, my personal experience of being a transfer student, things to do beyond the classroom, what can I do with a biology degree, what can I do with a psychology degree, and tips for surviving college. So first off, we're going to talk about choosing a major. So I believe there's a big misconception of when you go into college that you need to know what you need to do. Although it's beneficial, like in my case, I kind of knew from the beginning that biology and psychology were really interesting to me, and those are the two things that I really want to study in college. That's not necessarily the case for everyone. So it's okay if you go into college and you're not really sure what you want to do. Really take those elective classes to figure out what really interests you. And this ties into my next point. Choose a major that interests you, because you don't want to be stuck in a major for 4 years, if not more, completing it, and it has no interest to you, and it's just going to make those 4 years stretch out even longer. Have fun and explore various courses. So as I was talking about those elective courses, take an art class, take a computer science class, take a psychology class, take an ethics class. Those flexible core or elective classes are there for you to really explore and really show yourself the benefits of the different areas of study in college. Picking a minor. So I am a big advocate for picking a minor, because especially if you are not too sure that you want to major in this area, picking a minor is a great start because it allows you to select a few classes from that major, and you're really exposed to the content material. So if you do choose that, hey, I really like this this field of study. So I'm going to use psychology, for example. I'm taking 4 classes in psychology, and after that, I'm just like, when I complete the major, I really like it. I can declare that as my major instead of my minor. So switching your initial major is also okay. So if you go into college and you know what you want to do, you're this computer science major and you take a few classes, you're a quarter way through the major, and it's just not for you anymore, it's okay to switch out of it. So there's always a bad stigma of switching out of a major. And I think it's all right. It's okay if you decide that, hey, this isn't for me. It's better if you figure that out sooner than later. And honestly, I think that once you figure out that this major isn't for you, it's going to be better because you're going to find something that you really like, and then you're going to excel a lot faster and better. So now, why did I choose biology and psychology? Well, first off, the unknown of the human body. The human body is so complex, and we're still learning things about it every single day, that just majoring in both biology and psychology and combining both of those in a perfect amalgam are great, because they literally do go hand in hand. And learning more about the human body, especially the human brain, which is, in my opinion, the frontier of the science community, is just, it sparks joy, to say the least. The evolution of science. The past couple hundred years, science has evolved so much. Medical science, science in general, the knowledge that we have for other organisms and ourselves has really come a long way. And I just think that's so, it's great. So anatomy and physiology. So I love learning about the body and how to take care of the body, and also how our body as mammals relates to other mammals. So a good example of this is homologous structures. So how does our arm, how is our arm similar to the arm of a whale or the fin of a whale? How is our arm similar to the fin of a whale versus the wing of a bat? So it's all the same bones structurally, but physiologically it is different to suit the environment that that organism has to live. The complexity of the brain. The brain is so complex that there's still things about it and areas of the brain that we still don't exactly know what it does. And just knowing that is insane. And I just want to learn more and more about it. So making sense of the intangible. So a lot of the concepts in science are things that we can't really see. So just making sense of all those things we can't really see and putting it into words and kind of describing it, especially in an introductory course, um, I just love it because it, especially in introductory biology courses, it kind of spans a wide range of information. And in that information, you can pick one topic and then create an upper level class. So for example, I'm going to pick the nervous system chapters and our introductory biology courses. You can take out those chapters and make, if not one, 3 or 4 courses just on those chapters and really dive into the content material. On the right-hand side, those of you that know, this is a DNA helix on the top. Again, just a basic picture of a DNA helix, but on the bottom, a lot of you might not know this, but this is called a rainbow. So a rainbow is basically highlighting or tagging each individual neuron with a different fluorescent tag. So you can see that the brain is lit up with all these different colors, meaning that there's so many different neurons that are in one single space of the brain. So my personal experience of being a transfer student, I'm gonna move my screen over here. My personal experience of being a transfer student, so at the beginning of the fall semester of 2015, I started York College. I completed 3 semesters there, and I did not like it. It wasn't for me. The main reason why I transferred is because of the community. The community at York College wasn't really closely knit, and having that sense of community was really important to me. So in spring of 2017, I transferred to Queens College, and I loved it. The community was there. There was always student life. And it just made me feel like I was part of a college community, which I really needed. Conveniently enough, the summer of 2017, I did start doing behavioral neuroscience research at York College. So it was kind of full circle in this feedback loop where I left York College, but then I came back to York College, but then I go back to Queens College. It's pretty funny. And then finally, I graduated Queens College in 2019. So I think this is a great example of, even though I left York College and I transferred out of that college, it's always good to keep a good rapport with the people that you know there, because you never know when they're going to use those connections in the future, as I used to gain access to a behavioral neuroscience research lab that researches Alzheimer's disease, which is very important to me. We'll go into that a little more. So things to do beyond the classroom. Oh my gosh. Things to do beyond the classroom. Joining student life. So student life was really important to me. I wasn't that person that like joined every fraternity, every club, but just knowing that it was there and I had access to it, and then it just brought more joy to me than being going to class than just going home. So volunteering. Those of you that are interested in the medical field, you guys should volunteer in either a hospital or a clinic just to get those hands-on experiences and really looking at the perspective of a healthcare provider in a real life situation. Community service. So giving back to your community is always important, and doing it in college is a great way to also build connections and also make some friends. Work studies. So those of you that qualify for financial aid, you also qualify, you might also qualify for work study. So work study is a program granted by financial aid where you could pick a college department, work for them as well while you're also studying at that college. So internship or paid internship, the reason why I made a division is because there's a difference between doing an internship and doing a paid internship, because one is obviously you're receiving the compensation of money, but doing internships is a great resume builder, especially if like you don't have much to do during the summer. Like for example, me right now, with COVID-19 and all of us being online, I'm doing an online internship with Lennox Hill, which is fantastic. So if they do that again, I highly recommend that you do the Lennox Hill internship. Joining a research lab. So research is a big part of my life, especially Alzheimer's research, which is the research I do. Mainly because I feel like a lot of people think of doctors as curing diseases and helping patients, but that isn't really the case. For doctors to really cure patients, there has to be extensive research behind those drugs that they're administering or those trials that they're going to do. And Alzheimer's disease is very prevalent in my family. So really trying to help find, I think finding a cure is a little far off, but finding ways to slow the progression of Alzheimer's disease is very beneficial to both the medical community as well as our more geriatric community. Getting benefits as a student. So a lot of students don't know this, but your college is associated with like certain stores and certain programs. So really look into where your college is and the benefits that you could have as a college student, because take advantage of those benefits, especially if you're at that college. So one of the great benefits that I had was getting a subscription to Spotify for like $5 or 99 cents. I forget how much, but it was like really cheap. Independent study. So there's these courses called independent study that you can do. If you have a mentor in a certain department, you can take these classes and really dive into certain areas that you think are important, that you want to explore, because sometimes they might not offer, like for example, cancer biology. They may not offer cancer biology. So what you can do is you could take an independent studies course, have a professor quote unquote sponsor you, and then you can do, you can really basically make a course. So scholarships, fellowships, and other college opportunities. So there's a whole bunch of scholarships and fellowships that you can do. So really look into that, because even if you don't qualify for financial aid, you might qualify for certain scholarships and fellowships. So be on the lookout for that, because college does get expensive, especially if you want to go to graduate school and then other professional development. So getting as much help as possible is beneficial. So what can I do with a biology degree? So according to the topuniversities.com, here are some of the popular career paths for someone with a BA in biology. You can be a research scientist, a pharmacist, biologist, ecologist, nature conservation officer, biotechnologist, forensic scientist, government. You can have various government agency roles, science writer, teacher, etc. So as you can see, having a BA in biology offers you a wide range of areas that you can automatically go into once you get your BA. But also note that some of the benefits might not be as great if you don't have a master's degree, or some of the qualifiers might be different because you don't have a master's degree. So just look into the program or the career that you really want, and look into all the professional development and higher education that you need to take to achieve that. So what can I do with a psychology degree? According to the American Psychological Association, here are some of the popular career paths for someone with a BA in biology. Any psychology, sorry. You can be a caseworker, child development specialist, criminal investigator, healthcare facility administrator, occupational analyst, probation slash parole officer, psychiatric aide or attendant, research assistant, substance abuse counselor, social services aide, volunteer coordinator, etc. So in my opinion, having a psychology degree offers an even wider range of jobs that you could have right out of your BA in psychology. Right out, I was going to say right out of college, but right after you get your BA in psychology, it offers a wide range of areas that you could work in. Also, along with a biology degree, make sure that the job that you're looking at might have other qualifiers as getting a master's degree or doing some other certificate program. So just look into that. So tips for surviving college. Build a community. So when I was in college, having this a community was very important to me. So having friends around me, people that I can study with was very important and helped me stay on track and stay in college, basically. So it's very important that you build that community early. If you're going to college with a friend, that's great, but sometimes we're not as fortunate to go to all go to the same college. So try to build that community as quickly as possible because that support system helps you in many different ways. So make time for friends and family. So I know I was talking a lot about college and the importance of it, but make sure you have that time for yourself. Make sure you have that time to spend time with friends and also family, because that's also very important of balancing everything. For me, I found that quote unquote, work-life balance where I kept my weekdays strictly to school, and then my weekends I kind of moved away from school and then focused more on my friends and family. So that might work for you. If not, if it doesn't, that's perfectly fine. I know a lot of us have to work on the weekends or even weekdays. So just try to take a step back and try to include everyone. Also, while you're studying for college, make sure you take breaks, because if you're studying in one full stretch, sometimes it might become too extensive and your brain just can't, after about an hour of continuous studying, your brain kind of shuts down. So make sure you take about like 5 to 10 minutes every hour, just so you can retain the most information and encode it properly. And this also ties into my next point: space out your studying. You don't want to have like a marathon study where you're studying for hours and hours on end, or binge studying right before an exam, because statistics have shown that when you do that, the retention of the information that you study is not as significant as if you study over a week or so. And repetition is key. So in my opinion, in my introductory biology courses, for me to do well, I needed to read the PowerPoint before class, look at the PowerPoint during class, ask those questions I may have had, then that same night go home, read over the material again, and then before my exam, like a week before my exam, look at the material again and try to highlight any of those inconsistencies or questions that I may have so I can ask my professor. I know this is very time consuming, but honestly doing this helps you in the long run, because you're not sitting there for hours trying to figure out X, Y, and Z because you kind of seen it already 3 or 4 times. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Make sure you hit that notification bell because we upload videos about every week, or if not every other week. Also, make sure you follow us on all our social media accounts. Make sure you like up this video, and in the comments below, tell me, what do you guys really want to see? Because we want to make these snapshots modified to you. So let us know what exactly you want to see, because we have a vast range of things that we specialize in. So just let us know. Yeah, just let us know what you want to see. All right, thank you guys so much. I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.